This conference will now be recorded.
I hope everybody is able to see my screen. I wanted you people to download the file TVM. So last class we have started with our sales dashboard. So we'll continue with that. So any doubts related to pivot table? So what we had done previously, like how to apply the pivot table, how to apply the pivot chart, how to apply the slices and timeline. Type in one if there is no doubt. Everything is clear related to pivot table. So pivot table, how to apply the chart, how to apply the slicer, timeline. Okay. So now let's start with sales dashboard. So last class we had already discussed about it and we have tried solving one. So we'll start it from the beginning only. I don't want any confusions. So here I have the sales report. Okay. So sales report, here I have the details of the date. I have the sales rep, region, customer, units, price, revenue. So now based on this information, so here I have almost like 10,000 rows. Okay. So there are 7 columns and 10,000 rows are there. So rows of information which contains the sales report. So now based on this information, if I have to analyze and tell who is the top customer, which is the highest made sale. So what is the revenue that we have earned, like highest revenue. So which is the least region. So the region which has sold the least items. So who are the top three sales rep? Who are the top three customers? So like that, when I have to check out with this type of information, it is very difficult to fetch the information from this particular table. So in order to make it easy, we are going to create the dashboard. So what is dashboard means, which where I am going to show the details in a graphical format. Okay. So as per my requirement, I am going to prepare total sales by year, total sales by year, region by sales, customer by sales, top 5 sales rep, top 5 customers. So like this, based on which each and every information will be very clearly analyzed for me. So how to create this dashboard? So there are many automated platforms which has been used in order to build the visualization. Like we have Power BI and Tableau. Okay. So without going for that advanced things. So in Excel, whether Excel supports to create the data visualization, that like I have to build a dashboard with, how I can build it. So that we are going to see now. Okay. So first I am going to copy the data to a new worksheet. Don't create it or don't try to solve it in the same workbook. Why? Because there are links that I have created. Okay. So I don't want that thing to happen. So click somewhere on the table, press Ctrl A, select the entire table, Ctrl C, and I'll go to a new workbook. I'll paste the data and I'll rename the sheet as data. Okay. So now based on this, I'll select and I wanted to apply the pivot table. So in order to build this dashboard, we are going to use pivot table, pivot charts, slices, using this simple tools of Excel, how to build the dashboard, data visualization. We'll see that. So first thing what I wanted is, based on this data, I wanted to analyze total sales by year. Okay. So here month wise, what is the revenue that I have earned, based on which I am going to apply the chart. Okay. So I will select and go to insert pivot table from table range. So here as I select this pivot table range, so here Excel will tell this is the range what you have selected and it will be displayed in absolute reference starting from A1 cell to G 10,001. Okay. Now where you wanted to apply the pivot table, either in the new worksheet or in the existing worksheet. So I wanted it in the new worksheet. I'll select new worksheet and click on OK. So my sheet has come here. Now I will drag and drop it next to the data. I'll move the sheet next, and here I'll rename it to total sales by year. Okay. So now coming to the dash this one pivot table. So as you people know, as I select, so Excel is going to put the empty pivot table format along with the fields. So now as per the requirement, I need the date and the revenue. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull this date and drop it in the rows, and then I'm going to drop this revenue in the year. Here I don't want this years, I don't want this quarters, I don't want the date. So as I did it, you can see I got my table. So now I'll close this, and based on this information, I'll go to pivot table analyze, and I'm going to insert a chart. So Excel is recommending me to apply the column chart, but I can opt for some other thing. I'm going to take line chart and click on OK. So once the line chart is done, I have to make some necessary changes on the chart. So what I'm going to do, I'll select, right click, and I'll click on edit text, and I'll give total sales by year. Then I'm going to remove the revenue. I'll select, right click, hide all field buttons. I don't want this total also. I'll select and delete. Now I wanted the values to appear on this line. So what I'm going to do is I'll click on this plus, and I'll click on data labels. So as I click on this data labels, you can see the values have been is appearing, but it is overlapped. So I wanted that to be clearly shown. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the cursor, click on the values, right click, format data label, and here, so it is asking for the position, everything, which I have already done. I'll click on number. So I'll scroll down. So under the category, I'll go for custom. And here, as I select custom, Excel is applying with the format. So here now you can see it is clearly visible where the values are put in thousands. Okay, so once this is done, I can change with the design, whatever type of design I wanted, I can put. So I'm going to keep it like this only. I'll click out. My chart is done. I wanted you people to try with this. So if it is understood, type in 1. If anybody did not understood, please tell. I'll explain once again. Only 3 people understood. Okay. Okay, try solving it. I'll give you 5 minutes of time in order to apply the pivot table. Take the data to a new workbook, copy the data, apply the pivot table in new worksheet, and apply the chart and make the necessary changes. I'll give you 5 minutes of time. Any doubts, please ask. Any doubts, please ask. Let it be done in a new workbook. Don't do it in the same workbook. Why? Because there will be connections. Okay. So why? Because I'll be connecting all the different charts. So don't do it in the same workbook. Create it in the new workbook. Done. So type in one if you are done with this first pivot table, total sales by year. Any doubts? You are not getting something? Please ask. Only two people have completed. Any doubts? Can get it clarified. Okay. So now let's go for the next one. Next one is region wise sales. Okay. So for region wise sales, I'm going to take the region and the revenue. So I'll go to data tab, data sheet, go to insert, pivot table, from table range. So I wanted it in the new worksheet. I'll click on OK. So sheet 3 will appear in the first. So I am going to drag and drop it in the last and rename it to region by sales. region by sales. I'm going to drag and drop the region in the rows and revenue in the values. Okay, so once this is done, I'm going to apply the bar chart. So I'll close this, go to pivot table analyze, pivot chart. So I'll take the bar chart and click on OK. So I'll make the necessary changes. So it is region wide sales. I'll remove this buttons. So right click, hide field buttons, and I will delete this. So I've got my thing. So region by sales. I wanted you people to create this. I'll give you 5 minutes time.
Ma'am, can you show it again, ma'am?
So I'll go to the data sheet. Okay, so I have to create the region wide sales now. So I'll select the table, go to insert, pivot table from range. So my range, and I wanted to put this region wide sales in a new worksheet. So I'll select new worksheet and click on OK. So here I'm going to rename. So I'm going to bring this to the last and rename it to region wide sales. And here I'm going to take the region and drop it in the rows and revenue in the values. So once this is done, I'll close this, go to pivot table analyze, pivot chart, and I'm going to take the bar chart. Select bar chart. So I'm going to make some necessary changes, right click, edit text, and I'll rename it to region wide sales. And I will hide these buttons. I'll delete this. So it's done.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Done. So type in 1 if you are completed with this. Okay. Let's come to the next one. Next one is customer by sales. So in this, I'm going to take the customer on the rows and some revenue in the values. So I'll come to data, insert, pivot table, from table range. So new worksheet. I'm going to bring this worksheet to the last, and this is customer by sales. Customer by sales, and I'm going to bring this customer on the rows and revenue on the columns. And now based on this, I'm going to apply the column chart. So before that, I just make this decimals to 0 decimals. I'll come to home tab and I'll reduce the decimals. Okay. So once this is done, I'll go to pivot table analyze, pivot chart. So clustered column, I'll click on OK. So my chart is done. So I'll make the changes, right click, edit text, and this will be my customer by sales. I'll hide this buttons and delete this total. So now in this I can make out my top one customer is Amazon. So second top most customer is Yahoo. So like this I can analyze it very easily. I wanted you people to try this out. Any doubts, please ask. Let me know if there is any doubt. You want me to explain it once again? We'll do it. So who is this who has texted in the WhatsApp personal? So last Saturday who has joined the group? Or not mentioned the name also. Jerry. Is Jerry there? Once again, guys, let me just check out who is the student. Okay, you people try till Guys, done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, one second. One of your friend, she doesn't know the link to join. I've just shared the link so that she can join. Okay, if anybody has that link details, can you share it in the group, NICT Financial Modeling group, so that one student, she doesn't know, she doesn't have the link. Saturday only she has joined, so she wanted to attend the class. So can anybody share the link? Okay, Arpita, it will be a good thing if you share it on the group.
I've shared, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So now let's continue further. So now coming to the next one, top five sales rep. So for that, which I am going to apply the pie chart. So I'll come to the data sheet, go to insert, pivot table from range, and I wanted it in the new worksheet. So I'll get this to the last, I'll drag and drop it in the last and rename it to top five customers. So top five sales rep, top five sales rep. So I'll rename it to top five sales rep. So here I'm going to drop the sales rep in the rows and revenue in the values. Okay, now here, so I'll reduce the decimal. So I'll select, go to home, and under the number group, you have this decrease the decimal. So I'll decrease the decimal. Now I wanted to see the top five sales rep. So what I'm going to do from the drop down in the beginning at the top, I'll click here, value filters, and I'll go for top 10, and here I'm going to reduce it to top 5 and click on OK. So top 5 sales rep. So where did I go? Click on drop down, and here I have top 10. Okay, so now I have to put the chart. I'll go to pivot table, analyze chart. I'll select pie and I'll select 3D pie and click on OK. So I got my 3D pie. So I'll go to design. So I'll select whichever type of chart I wanted. Now I wanted with the values. So I click on this plus. I'll go for data labels and data callout. So I got my values. So now I'll remove this buttons, hide field buttons, and here I'll rename it to top 5 sales rep. Top 5 sales sales rep. So my chart is done. So I wanted you people to try with this. So how I did the filtering, click on the drop down, go to value filters and top 10 customers and reduce it to top 5. Any doubts, please ask. I hope you people are able to do it. Not getting
Mom, how did you get percentage?
how to get the percentage. Data callouts, if you select this, if you go for data labels and select data callouts, so it will show in percentage out of 100. So how much if the values are, it will show in percentage only. So here if I click on data callouts, we'll get it. So if I click
Okay,
on
Mom.
this more options, see here we will have this options. So how it is done. So for top 5, go to the drop down, go to value filters and select top 10 and reduce it to top 5. Able to do it? Type in 1 if it is completed. Top 5 sales rep. Okay, now coming to the next one. So top 5 customers, and go to the data sheet, insert, pivot table, from table range, click on OK, and drag and drop this new worksheet in the last, and this will be my top 5 customers.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma.
I cannot see the screen, ma'am, your screen.
Screen is not visible. Now is it
Yes.
visible, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
So now I'm going to, so I'll show it from the beginning. So I'll come to the data sheet, go to insert, pivot table, so new worksheet. I'll bring this new worksheet to the last, drag and drop it and place it here. I'll rename it to top 5 customers. So now I'll drop this, drag and drop the customers in the row, add revenue in the values. So I will reduce the decimals, select the range, go to home tab, and under the number group you have decreased decimal. Now I have to reduce the, so I wanted to check only the top 5 customers. I'll click on the drop down, go to value filters, top 10, and reduce it to top 5 and click on OK. So top 5 customers. Now I'll go and apply the chart. So top 5 customers, and make some changes, necessary changes. Top 5 customers. I'll hide these buttons, delete this total. So my top 5 customers is done. So I wanted you people to try with this. If you did not understand, please tell. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now the required details and all we have put it into charts. Like I have done with total sales by year, region wise sales, customer wise sales. So top 5 sales rep, top 5 customers, everything I have done. Now I have to build the dashboard. So for that I'll click on this plus and I will take a new worksheet where I'll rename this sheet as dashboard. Okay, so now I have to, first thing is I have to remove this grid lines. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to this thing. Okay, so I'll just show you. So in between this A and 1, so A1, you can see a small this one. So the connection, this plot area by name. So I'll click on this plot area so that my entire sheet is selected. So where did I go? I went in between this A and 1, there is a plot area, okay, which is a connection. So I'll click on this so that my entire worksheet is worksheet is selected. I'll go to view tab and I'll remove the grid lines. I'll remove the grid lines. Now you can see the grid lines are removed. Now I have to give some color. Okay, so I'll come to home and here under the font group I have the color. So I'll give some color. So once I come out, see like this. Okay, so once this is done, I'm going to bring all the charts one by one to this dashboard. I'll select the chart, Control C. I'll come to the dashboard and place it. So if you wanted to insert a text box like sales report or anything as such, you can insert the text box. I'm directly placing these things. So I'm taking this sales dashboard. So I'll just resize. Okay, once this is done, now I'll come to region by sales, select Control C and place it on the dashboard. So I'll just resize the sheet. Then coming to customer by sales, I'll place this one also. This now top 5 sales rep. So I'll select the chart, place it here. Then top 5 customers, select and place it. See like this. So I have placed all my chart in one single sheet. I wanted you people to do the same. First place all the charts in a dashboard in a new worksheet. So how to remove the grid lines? First click on this plot area, go to view tab, and under that you have grid lines. Uncheck the grid lines will be removed. So without making any changes, come to home and give a color, give the background color. Hope you people are able to do it. Any doubts, please ask. Any doubts, please ask. In order to remove the grid line, click on the plot area, go to view and uncheck this grid lines. So grid lines will be removed. Then go to home tab and here in the font you have the color option. Choose any particular color to give the background to give a neat finish. So whatever the charts we have done, pick one by one, copy and paste it on the dashboard sheet. Neatly arrange it. If you people are done, so typing one. Okay. So now, once I have put all the things, pivot chart, everything I have put, now I have to insert the slicer. So what I will do, I will go to pivot table analyze and here I have insert slicer. So as I select the slicer, whatever the headings that are there in my table, it will be listed out. Now based on the requirement, you have to choose what and all is there. So I wanted region, sales rep and customer. I'll select this and click on OK. So as I select this three, you can see the slicers will appear. First I am going to place the region. So arrange it neatly. Then the sales rep. Then the customer. Okay, so now I have arranged the slices. So now Now once I have inserted the slicer, I'll select, I'll go to slicer and I'll just give some neat coloring so that it is clearly visible. So I'll come to the second one and third one. Select it and click on slicer. So just insert the slicers. Where you have to go to insert the slicer, you have to go to first select any one particular chart, go to pivot analyze and here you have insert slicer. From that, you insert the required one like region, sales rep, and customer. So here is your insert slicer. Insert this three slices. I hope you people understood. First select one chart. So total sales by year, select that. Go to pivot table, analyze, sorry, pivot chart, analyze, insert slicer, and insert the slicer on region, sales rep, and customer. Once you have inserted, arrange it neatly and change the colorings from the slicer formatting. Tomorrow onwards, we will start with our financial modeling. So financial modeling in the sense, not the case studies, but we will start with the financial statements. Okay. So whatever today I have shared it in the group, please download and keep it ready. Tomorrow we'll start working on it. Any doubts, please ask. Type in 1 if you people are completed with the slices. Okay. So now once I have inserted the slicer, so now if I click somewhere, so I'll come here, I'll just click on this, I'll collapse the ribbon so that everything is visible. So when I click on this, you can see the changes is happening only on one particular chart. Okay, so only on one particular chart, the changes is happening when I click here. See like this. So I'm not able to make any changes in the other charts. So why it is not happening is I need to apply the connection. So there is no connections that I have done. Okay. So that is why only on one particular chart the details, this one is working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the first slicer. So here a slicer formatting tool will appear. I'll go to slicer and here I have report connections. I'll click on report connections and here I need to select all the charts. So all the 5 charts I need to select. So all the 5 charts are selected. I'll click on OK. So either you can do it from slicer or you can select the slicer, right click on it and here you have report connections. So report connection in the sense manually you are connecting. Okay. So this is not automated. In Excel, everything has to be done in a manual way. Okay. Manually you have to do connections and then create it. So I am selecting all the charts. I'll click on OK. Coming to the third chart, so I'll go to slicer. Under slicers, you have report connections, and I'll select the all the charts. I'll select all the charts and click on OK. So now when I come and click on the region, you can see the changes is happening on all the things. Okay, so this is how a dashboard will be built. Once your dashboard is done, you are going to hide all these charts, individual charts, whatever you have kept created. So total sales by year, I am going to hide. Region wise sales, hide. So take your cursor on the sheet name, right click and click on hide. Top 5 sales rep, hide. Top 5 customers, hide. So when you are showing it, so when you are presenting only your data and the dashboard. So this is your data which is completely raw. Okay, from where if I have to fetch any information also, it is not an easy thing. But the same thing when I come to the dashboard, everything is easily I can analyze. So if I wanted to check the east side sales, who's the top customer, so during which month, how much amount of top sales has happened, who are the top 5 sales rep and who are the top 5 customers. Midwest, South and West. So in order to clear, so I'll come and click here, everything will be clear. So I wanted you people to create these connections. So go to slicer and here you have report connection. Individually select each and every slicer and apply this report connection where you need to connect all the charts. So do this and after doing this hide all the sheets where we have applied the pivot table and charts are inserted. You have to keep only your data and your dashboard.
Ma'am, can you show how to hide
Hide the sheets. Just take the cursor on your sheet name, right click and you have the option hide. So for each and every slide, just take the cursor, right click and hide. So it will be hidden. It will not be deleted. It will be hidden. When I click on unhide, you can see the list of all the charts sheets available. Okay. Take the cursor on the sheet, right click and click on hide. And keep only your data and the dashboard.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, why is it only connecting to one chart, ma'am?
Because when I am applying the charts and all, the slicers are not automatically connecting to the other charts. So in Excel, manually I need to create the connections. So that's why I told that select the individual slicer. So either from the slicer tool, you have this report connection where I need to tell, see, select pivot table and pivot chart reports to connect to their filters. So wherein I have to select, see, pivot table 1, 2, 3, 4 chart. So what are the sheet names it is there? I am telling that this particular slicer, whatever I am inserting, it should be connected to all this particular charts. I'll click on OK. I'll select the second one. Either I can do it from the slicer settings, or I can take my cursor here, right click, and here also I have report connections. So here I am telling that I wanted this particular slicer to be connected to the all the charts. See, customer wise sales, region wise, top 5. So top 5 sales rep, total sales by year. I'll click on OK. So until and unless manually I give the connections between the slicer and the chart, Excel will not create the connection automatically. So that is why this is one of the drawback what we have in Excel. That's why based on this, they have built in the platforms like Power BI and Tableau to build the visualization. Because here
Yes,
each and everything is manual work. Yes, ma'am.
but I'm getting the option of only one pivot table, ma'am, for
Have
selecting.
you
If
created this entire thing in a new workbook or in the same sheet you have done?
new, ma'am.
New workbook only you have done. Is sure? Because if you have created it in a new workbook where you have built the data and individually you have done no copying of pivot charts from there to here. Because for that, whatever I have shared the notes, there the connections are done. If anything is getting interrupted from there to here or anything, things will not work. So select the data, copy it to the new workbook and step by step create individual charts in the new workbook only as we have done. So then you will be able to apply the connections. So what about others you people are able to do or the same problem is appearing with you people also? Is anybody else apart from the student? Anyone else is finding the same problem? Because in front of you people only I am doing it. You saw that very neatly it is happening. So anything if it is happening, you are building, you are trying to build that visualization in the same workbook or anything, this type of errors will appear. Anyone else apart from the student, anyone else is finding the same issue where you are not getting the list of other charts?
No, ma'am.
You are able to do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So anyone else? Anyone else if they are facing the same issue? Ma, now whatever is done, maybe there must be some connection problem is happening. Okay, so you try doing it in a fresh new workbook. The one who is finding the issue, you try doing it in the fresh workbook, copy the data, and in that new workbook only you build all the pivot tables and pivot charts and build the dashboard over there only. Okay, try it out
Okay.
and see like that. If still it is not working means there must be some setup issues with your downloading of MS Office. So installation also, Excel installation also, if it is not completed or any such things has happened means, so there will be, so it won't work as efficiently as it should work. So, to my knowledge, I think that there must be some interruption happening from the old workbook. So, whatever I have shared and the new workbook, whatever you are creating. So, try doing it in a fresh new workbook and see if it is not working. We'll see what else can be done. Clear? So, who and all are able to do this? Type in one. Okay, almost everyone are able to do this. So, we will wind up the session for today.